Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast live Sunday morning edition. Good morning. Hope everybody's well out there. I know the weather is getting kind of crazy all over the place. Still a nice day down here in Jax, but I think we're supposed to get some Arctic weather next week. They don't know what they want to do here in Florida. What's good, Transformer?
You sounded like an asshole to open up the whole segment.
Why?
Hey, man, you know everybody got some rough weather, man, but it's nice out here, though.
I didn't even mean it like that. I meant like I hope everybody's having a nice morning where they are despite the weather. I wasn't trying to say it like that, man.
Rub it in the face. Hey, rub it in y'all face, man. We in Florida, man. We ain't dealing with that crap out here.
But that's what I was saying. We're about to have this another Arctic whatever passing through this coming week, I think I read. So
yeah, Monday midnight, around midnight, we're supposed to drop to like 45 or something like that.
Right. Laker Nation, it's funny you say that, man. We were literally just singing that like right before I clicked the button to go live.
Big facts. He was giving us his choir impression of the song.
Terrible choir impression. No, Transformer actually asked. He's like, "Yo, can we play the song?" I was like, "Nah, we can't. We don't have sound. We don't have clearance for that." But that would have been official.
Listen, I would have, man. We would have came in jamming this morning.
No doubt. Oh man, but I'm glad to see y'all here, man. I'm glad to see you here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Also, make sure you hit the share button, man. Share button is powerful. We appreciate that. Absolutely. But yeah, let's go ahead and you know what time it is. I'm gonna do my little thing, and then we will go ahead and get started with the quick hits. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us, and write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you.
We're going to get into the first topic, NBA mid-season thought. So we're pretty much at the point of the season. I reference this to Bruce a lot, to where things are going to start ramping up for the NBA post the All-Star weekend, because now everybody is over 50 games played, right? So these last 32 games are very, very paramount to the seeding, where you're going to be, and the play-in, which has now been instituted about 2 years old now, right? I think the in-season tournament's 2 years old, 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old. Bruce, that's a question.
No, I'm sorry. This is the second year of the in-season tournament, right?
Got to be 3. No, because we made it back-to-back. So this is 3. This is the third year.
This is the third year? I thought this was the year.
I think this is the third year.
Didn't y'all win it last year? The inaugural?
I mean, no, I'm sorry, not NC not in-season tournament. The play-in tournament. Play-in tournament. Yeah, I made the wrong term. Cool, the play-in tournament is 3 years old. I think this is about the third year. But anyway, this is the second year of the play-in tournament.
No, the play-in tournament's been around. The play-in
tournament's been around for a while.
Yeah. I think maybe.
Okay, there you go. Young Disciple says 2020. All right, so that sounds accurate. There you go.
And good to see you in here, man. Thank you.
That sounds accurate. What's up, Young Disciple?
That sounds accurate.
But so we know there's going to be very, very paramount to those teams trying to get into the play-in. I mean, the play-in tournament, since after the trade deadline and things like that. So we're at a point to where the top seeds are probably just going to remain the top of their respective conferences. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 44-10 with a 5.5 game lead on the Boston Celtics, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are 44-10 with a 8 game lead on the Memphis Grizzlies. Both look like they're going to be sure front runners for their number one spot in those conferences. But now let's dive into the rest of the conference. But let's start here. Let's start off with some surprises. Bruce, what are your surprises of the current standings of the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference based upon what we started off in our predictions in the season?
Yeah, I know it's easy to say, man, but I'm honestly going to just go here, especially in the East. I'm so shocked that Cleveland is this good. Like, they were a good team last year. I think they were third in the East last year. But, like, I didn't know they were going to be this good. And it just goes to show that, good, clearly they're coached well. They're playing good team ball. So it's impressive. I was hoping Milwaukee would have been better this year. But even though this is weird, right? Because I think Dame and Giannis are the top scoring duo in the NBA right now. But it's like, and we talked about this last show, I think, when Giannis goes out, Dame goes off, right? Now, I guess, he's right. He's like, oh, back to Portland, Dame. You know what I'm saying? Time to get somebody 40. You know what I mean? And so I just wish that they could find a way to work a little better in concert. Again, they're the top scoring duo, but it seems like they don't quite work as well as I would like together. You know what? Another big surprise, man, the Pistons. Shout out to the Pistons. Cade Cunningham out here getting busy. First time All-Star selection. Really proud of that kid.
They were bottom of the league last year.
Terrible last year, right?
And they're the 6th seed right now.
6th seed.
That's a jump. That's a jump.
Man, it's good to see. Thank you, Edward. Nobody saw that coming. Absolutely. So, in the East, I will definitely say, the Pistons and Milwaukee and Cleveland. In the West seems to be kind of, for the most part, shaking out the way I thought. Houston is the number 4 seed. We'll see if they kind of falter down the stretch. But again, testament to, for me, is just testament to Ime Udoka, man. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, the Celtics won a chip with Joe Mazzulla, but I think they would have won prior to that if they had Udoka. And I think it might have been like dynasty level stuff if they still had him. Udoka is so good. And he's got these young fellas really balling, they have the right mentality and they're doing it. So in the West, definitely Houston at number 4. The Lakers are kind of right where we expected them to be. And you know what? In fairness, let me say this.
I had them lower.
So no, listen. Anytime you got LeBron James on a team, like, you're going to be competitive, right? You will. I mean, that's just what it is. But I'll also say this, and shouts to you and to Laker Nation for constantly pointing this out and throwing it in my face, pause. That look, man, we talking about look. So anyway, JJ Redick at this point in his career, and I didn't expect this, is coaching the team to better results than Darvin Ham was. Now, we can talk about Darvin Ham, I think, as a first-year head coach reaching the Western Conference Finals. We can talk about him as a second-year head coach winning the inaugural, what is it?
In-season tournament.
Thank you. In-season tournament, right? The cup, the NBA Cup, whatever you want to call it. So we can speak to that about the end results. But through his first, 50 games, JJ Redick is doing a very solid job. And I can't front. I didn't expect that. Now, I'm sure part of that is him kind of kowtowing to LeBron, but hey, look, if that's getting the desired results, then continue with that, right? There's going to be some point where he may have to make a tough decision, but for right now, it's working, so respect due there. Ty Lue, I think, is one of the best coaches in the league. Doesn't get his credit, man, because this guy really turns water to wine with the Clippers, man. He really does. I mean, just issue after issue, injury after injury, and he always has these dudes competitive. He's really, really good. And then, of course, we've talked ad nauseum about all the trades.
Yeah.
No, that was a lot. Sorry.
No, that's good. I agree, man. The Detroit Pistons had 14 wins total.
Man.
Last year. 14 wins. They're currently at what, 29? 29 wins. So they've already doubled what they had last year, and that's by the All-Star break. As we mentioned earlier, they're sitting there. They're sitting comfortably at the number 6 seed, by the way. They got a 2.5 game lead over the Orlando Magic and the Atlanta Hawks with a 3 game lead. So they're sitting at a nice little spot at the 6th seed to where they're not even in the play-in tournament. So you go from bottom of the league to not even in the play-in tournament, and you're actually, within those top 6 solidified spots in the NBA. To me, that's just the biggest shocker for me. I agree with you on the Houston Rockets. They're balling at a level to where I didn't see happening. They have dropped a couple of seeds. They were the number 2 seed earlier in the season, but I think it went on like a 6-7 game losing skid, losing a bunch of games. But we could see that happening. Younger squad, younger team. You're gonna have those funks somewhere in the season. I'm glad they got it out the way before the All-Star break. Hopefully they can come out of the All-Star break and gain a little bit more momentum to rise them a little bit higher. Because they allowed the Lakers to catch up on them with a half game behind them currently for the number 4 seed. So, but those are my biggest surprises as well, as far as teams that are doing great, greater than I expected. Definitely the Detroit Pistons are just head and shoulders away from what they were last year. So credit to that coach and that coaching staff. Is Chauncey Billups their coach?
No, Chauncey Billups coach in Portland.
He's Portland.
Yeah.
Who's the Detroit Pistons coach right now?
I can't remember because I thought they fired the coach last year. Let me see.
He needs to have some type of hand in that coach of the year.
Coach of the year award.
Yeah. Like I get it,
that's who it is. Okay.
Picking staff needs to have a sure ballot in that coach of the year.
Yeah,
because for this type of turnaround, that's amazing. That's nothing short of amazing. Very, very stunning. You go from, like I said, last team in the conference last year to the 6th seed in the next year. You deserve some kudos. So hopefully they continue on. All right. So we got the surprises. What is your biggest disappointment in the NBA season this far?
Biggest disappointment. I don't know that I have one.
I got one.
It seems like the bad teams are just going to be bad teams, and the guys that could be difference makers, a la your Embiids, always hurt. Your Kawhis always hurt. Even though Kawhi has played some more games this year, but you're hardly hearing about him. You know what? Disappointment. They're not hit by injuries, but I don't know what's going on in Phoenix. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, whatever. I don't know what to say. Laker Nation says Boston, and I respect that you say that. But and
that's
to some extent, to some extent, he's right. Like Boston, you would think coming off of the championship, you would think, okay, they know now what it takes to win. I don't know if they got something of a championship hangover, but second in the East, right? It's not
39-16,
right? I think they have the second
best record in the NBA
in the league, but still, I think exactly Laker Nation. They should be like, you would have thought they'd have been like, okay, we're over that hump now. We could play loose and we could play free and we could really, go ham. And they haven't done that.
But I would understand that if they dominated in the playoffs, if they dominated teams that were shit. I mean, I don't get it. How do we expect Boston to be dominating? Are they head and shoulders better than everybody? No.
I think watching, I think the assumption is, okay, now you got two of the top 14 players in the NBA on that team. Is that fair?
Yeah.
I think that's about right.
You said 2 of the top 14?
Yeah. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Two of the top 15, let's say 50. Two of the top 15 players in the league. Right. Mm-hmm. So you're thinking, okay, you got those two guys. They're healthy. Mm-hmm. They know what it takes to win now. They got the job done. The monkey's off their back. The pressure's lifted. Now go out there and they should be hot knife through butter through the rest of the league, and they're not. It's not that they're bad. It's that you expected them to be better. See what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking this as a Celtics fan. I'm just saying, like,
no.
You would have expected that. Okay, now we just gonna kill everything in sight now. But not everyone has that. Not everyone has that Mamba mentality, right? That relentlessness, that psychosis to not just win, but to want to destroy everybody every night, right? Everybody not built that same way. No matter what stupid tattoos they get or no matter what stupid things they say, everyone's just not built that way. You know what I'm saying? So
the green Mamba.
Moving right along.
You got to make a laugh like that.
Right. But you're 100% right. Like, everyone doesn't have that. And so, think about it. Kobe wins a chip. He takes one day off and the next day he's back in the gym. Like, okay,
back at it.
right? You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what we're saying, Laker Nation. Yeah, it would Tatum. I didn't expect him to take over because he's not that guy. No. He's not that guy. Is he talented? Yes. Does he have really good skills? Yes. He's just not that guy, though. That's why he needs to. He's not that guy.
What was you about to say?
I was about to say that's why you need to shut the hell up about Kobe. God bless the dead. Because they're just two different guys. And that's not facts. And that's not me trying to denigrate Tatum, but just be you. Play ball to the best of your ability, but you're not that. So anyway, I get what Laker Nation is saying about the Celtics being kind of a letdown. But yeah, I think that's where I am. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I would agree with you saying Philly. My gosh. I mean, granted, injury bug, yes, bravo, right?
Right.
But you have the greatest big man in the league
today.
You have the greatest big man in the league. You have one of the greatest upcoming superstars in Maxey, right?
He's point guard. Maxey's doing it.
He's beasting. You have I'm not going just perennial two-way type of guard at Paul George.
He can't get off the injury bug either. And when he does, he's been terrible.
Man, shout out Eddie for this. He showed me a stat the other day. Paul George played 30-something minutes and had
I saw it too, man. Shout out Edward. Yeah, that was disgusting.
I was like, nah, that's got to be fake. You got that out.
No, it was real.
I looked at the thing. I'm like, that man had 2 points. Granted, he only shot the ball 7 times, but you shot the ball 7 times. Embiid didn't even play. What are you doing? Like, does he have a shoulder? Is it his shoulder again? It can't be his shoulder, right? What's his injury?
I don't know what it is, man. I'm sorry. I'm looking at you brought up Embiid. I'm looking at his numbers. Go ahead.
Yeah, for it to be a fall off, because this is a major fall off for Paul George. He's only averaging 16 points a game this year.
Yeah, he's only that's a big fall off for him.
That's a huge,
like a 22 point per game guy.
22, 23,
28, 26.
Absolutely. Especially when the star player is out, you see a bigger shift in Paul George in his game.
Yes.
I've never seen 2 points. 2 points? 2 points.
Terrible.
You got a 40-year-old dropping 40.
Yeah.
You can only give me 2 points?
You sure do.
That to me, I just don't understand. So yes, I had Philadelphia. I believe if we go back to what the video that we had earlier in the season, I want to say I had him at least third. I think I had him at least third in the Eastern Conference. And right now, boy, they are just tanking downhill. They're 14 games under 500. They're 2 game and a half out of the play-in tournament. So they actually don't even have a spot to even say that we can fight to have a chance. And then this comes off the precipice of Joel Embiid saying, I'm not playing back-to-backs. All of that conversation, all of this resurfaces because we're just going to bring back what was said prior to the season. Yeah. You was able to go to overseas, play in the Olympics, go get you a gold medal. Then before the season, I'm not going to play back-to-backs. Then during the season, can't even play 20 games.
I don't.
Philadelphia, here you go. The process.
Quick side note about that. Remember, Kawhi was supposed to be on that Olympic team, but they basically called him back, say, yo, you can't stay healthy. We're not going to give that up for you to play on the Olympic team, right? Yeah. Why didn't they do the same for Embiid?
Oh, Philly?
Yeah. Embiid has played 17 games this season, Transformer. 17 games, 30 minutes a game. Like, it's frustrating, man. I'm not going to lie to you. It's frustrating. But I'm a fan of his game.
Huge fan.
But he's averaging 25 and 17 minutes.
Huge fan of his game.
Yes, huge fan of his game. But what is it? Availability is the best ability, right?
Yep. Your best ability is availability.
Yeah, thank you.
You can't be available, man. Like,
we can't count on you.
Man, that just sucks, man. So of course, Philly is my Eastern Conference disappointment. My Western Conference, of course, it's Phoenix. It's Phoenix.
Yeah, no question.
You have Kevin Durant.
No question.
You have Devin Booker. These guys were just in the finals 2-3 seasons ago. They're not even in the play-in right now.
Can't understand it.
Kevin bleeping Durant.
I never fell for that, but man, that's a whole different thing. I
You
know
got
that's
Kevin bleeping Durant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like this is the fall off of Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's still averaging what he's averaging. I think, what, 27, 26 a game?
Yo, but it's crazy, though. Yo, Steve, shut up, man. No, but here's the deal, though. He's he is balling, right? Yo, Edward, man. Edward, Joker only plays one way. I'm never gonna respect that. You could be a fan all you want. I'm never gonna respect that. He only plays one way. Anyway, where were we? KD, right?
Yeah.
So KD, when it comes to it, he's scoring all these points and he's having all this fun and he's out there hooping. What is that doing though? That's providing nothing for his team. I don't understand this. Like, why do we rate this so much? Why do we give this so much? Yes, he's uber skilled. Yes, he's been around a long time. He scored 30,000 points. Only 7 other men in the history of the game have done that. So that is an incredible feat. I don't want to poo-poo it, but like, what is it actually doing? That's my problem. What has it done outside of being in Golden State?
The problem is, you want to know what the problem is?
Tell me what the problem is, man. I don't get it. Tell me what it is.
He tried to be LeBron.
What do you mean?
He failed miserably at it.
What do you mean he tried to be LeBron?
Create teams. The created team format. Like, let me go Golden State, do that. You know what? Let me try myself. What did he do when he went to Brooklyn?
Yeah.
I get it. Together. Came to Phoenix. What did he do? What did they do in Phoenix?
Nothing.
Got that 3 together.
Nada. Zilch.
Right. So it's like he's trying to implement what LeBron did, but he's just failing miserably. And this is just the ultimate failure, because now you've came on a team that was just in the finals before you got there. You get there, they're not even in the play-in tournament right now. Right. With a guy. So you guys you mortgaged your future in going to get Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. You did all that, gave your picks away, gave your depth away. And we said, how is this going to work? How is this going to work? You got Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, all guys. None of them are facilitators. And when I called you out, and you said, well, Bradley Beal averages 6 to 7 assists a game. They'll be fine. There's a difference between me passing the ball
and running an offense.
Facts. Bradley Beal did not run an offense in Washington. He didn't.
No, he did not.
He did not run an offense in Washington. They need somebody to run the offense. Bradley Beal is a shooter. He's a scorer.
Yes.
Devin Booker, shooter, scorer. Right. Kevin Durant, shooter, scorer.
Yeah.
All three of y'all do the same thing.
Not sure why they didn't make some effort to get a real point guard at the break. I'm not
Chris
sure
Paul back. You could have got CP3 back for all I care.
Yeah.
But at least you would have tried to be somewhat relevant in having somebody just push you guys in the right direction. Because it's just, hey, Devin Booker, your turn. Kevin Durant, my turn. Bradley Beal, your turn. Oh, Bradley ain't even here. He's not here? Okay, cool. Devin, back to you. And it's just back and forth situation, but there's no true ball movement. That's how you guys are losing games, because it's not like you guys are hampered with injuries. Kevin Durant, 41 games this year. Devin Booker, 48 games this year. Both of them are averaging 26 to 27 points a game. They're both shooting. I ain't going to say Devin Booker shooting lights out from three. He's actually shooting pretty terrible. But Kevin Durant, 40% from three. So it's not like your offensive numbers.
Not a 3-point shooter anyway. He's never been that.
He's a streaky guy. He's a streaky guy.
But he's in the wrong era. He's a mid-range killer.
Yeah, exactly. But somehow reason he knows how to shoot the three when it's like less than 30 seconds on the clock. It's kind of crazy. right. It's like that light turns on. Kobe mentality really channels through him when it's time to shoot the last bucket. But yeah, man, that's just extremely, extremely disappointing when you have a superstar and still Kevin Durant. He's still top 15 player to me. You have I would say top 20 in Devin Booker. He's a superstar, right? These guys are stars, but you guys aren't even in the plan. Let this have been, and I don't mean to do this, and I'm gonna make this very, very quick. Let this have been LeBron at 40, or we're clowning.
You're right.
We're clowning it.
You're right.
It's going to be number one in the tabloids. It's going to be number one on ESPN, number one on Fox, number one on everything. LeBron James can't even make the play-in tournament.
So you're right, but the only thing I'll say about that, and again, you're right. So let me make that clear. But the only thing I'll push back slightly is I remember LeBron is the same one doing this all the time and telling us he's the GOAT, and and everyone has him either one or two. Not everyone, but a lot of people have him either one or two all time. And so that's why he gets more smoke when he doesn't get certain things done, right? I think that's the difference. All right, we're going to move on.
I'm just saying he's 40, Kevin Durant. He's 40.
He is, but what do I always say, man? In life, you don't get one side. You got to be able to take both sides. And so if we worship you for not tripping and falling down the stairs at 40, right? Then we give you the same thing when you don't get it done at 40. At least that's how I am.
Yeah.
Life has two sides, man. That's how it goes.
I'm saying he's 40 because you're not near 40 and your team isn't even in a plan. That's my problem. He's 40 and he's 40.
To me, there's no pass on that for me, but it's all good.
I'm just like, you're letting the 40-year-old still be extremely relevant in the conference. Meanwhile, right. You have Devin Booker. Sometimes you got Bradley Beal. I'll give you that. He's in the league or he's out the league, when it comes to injury. But
can we be real about this though, Transformer?
LeBron is what?
KD got a different mentality, man. I don't think he cares that much. I think he cares about his skills. I think he cares about being a hooper. I don't think he cares that much about winning. I don't think he's a dog. I don't see it. Is he ultra skilled? Yes. Is he an all-timer? Yes. But other than that, I think he's really just like whatever.
Boom.
Remember, Eddie, after he won
what you just said, this is why I don't have Kevin Durant over those players from the First Things First show. That's why. What Bruce just said. That's why. That's why.
Kevin Durant better than Bird must be crazy.
Kevin Durant, not even over Carl for me, because Carl, he was a dog. He remained a dog.
You talking about Karl Malone?
Karl Malone.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Durant. You have this talent. You have this. You're probably to me, best score I've ever seen. Just best score I've ever seen. And because I have efficiency higher on the list of the type of scoring that you are. You can poo-poo all you want, but because it's not Jordan, it's not Kobe. The best scorer of the basketball, when you want to talk how he can do it and the efficiency he can do it, he's the better pure scorer we've seen. Pure scorer. You have to count efficiency. Kobe and Jordan, they're taking 30 attempts. With 30 attempts, Kevin Durant's giving you 45 a game with his efficiency. But that's just there. We can put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. We can have that conversation another day. But
yeah, let's do that. We can
have that conversation another day.
That's going to be a topic. Right there.
Yeah. Kevin Durant has such a great ability, but he doesn't care to use it to win.
That I'll agree with.
He doesn't care to use it. It's like, damn, give me that. Right? I want to win, bro. I want to freaking win. I don't want to go out here and just hoop. If you want to just hoop, bro, go to the Y. Go to LA Fitness. Go hoop. But these guys, people want to win. Franchises want to win. We want to see you. I want to see him win. I definitely wanted to see him win one post Golden State, because to me that just tarnishes his career. It's like, dang, I go to Golden State to win a couple of rings. I leave Golden State. Steph gets back there with probably his worst squad of his career, wins it. You know what I'm saying? He wins. He wins another title. Me, I can't even make the freaking play-in tournament. Come on, man. That's tarnishing your legacy, bro. That's definitely tarnishing. And I like Kevin Durant. I like him as a scorer. Like I said, best scorer to me, best pure scorer, pure shooter. We've probably ever seen. That I've ever seen. Right. And that's up there with T-Mac, Carmelo Anthony. Kobe and Jordan, to me, they're not in the same conversation. You know what I mean? They're not in the same conversation what I'm referencing is like pure scoring. Because like they're not efficient. Those two aren't very, very efficient when it comes to that. They're very, very high volume.
All right, you know what? Okay, I'm really.
I said put a pin in it. We can talk about that another day.
How you?
Because I know the fact that I put Jordan in there. Oh, Jordan's not in that conversation. Oh, you're ready. I can see the steam. It's popping. You're like, what is he saying? I can't let him get away with this, but you're going to let me get away with it today. We're going to talk about it another one. But yeah, that's my disappointment.
Okay, Transformer.
He's my huge disappointment. Okay. Kevin Durant is a big disappointment to me. I like Kevin Durant. I do like Kevin Durant. Want to win, bro. Want to win. Like, come on, you gotta want to win, bro. Come to LA. Come get a ring, bro. I'm just playing. I don't want him to come to LA, but like I want to see the man win. Phoenix sitting at 11th spot, 2 games under 500, bro. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It just don't, man. It just truly don't.
Steve just wilding.
It just truly don't. KD should be in the G League and learn from Bronny James. Hey, Bronny James cooking the G League, by the way. That's been quiet.
He's averaging 17 in the G League. He's doing.
Hey, that man cooking over there. Okay, let that man breathe. Let that man mature. We're gonna leave Bronny in the G League.
I just said he's doing his thing. I just.
Oh no, not you. I'm talking about the chat. Right. But that's my disappointment, man. I'm sorry I went off on a tangent, guys. It's just KD really grinds my gears.
Respond, but that's all right. We're gonna do that.
Because that's a response to something else. I'm gonna let you respond to that on another day.
Yeah, we will.
Efficient scorers, whatever you want to solve. Best scores of all time. We're gonna make a top 5 list. Top 3. Let's keep top 3. Top 3 list.
It has to be a top 5.
Top 5. Okay, we can make a top 5.
We'll do that though. We'll do that.
Top 5, top to bottom, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Who's your favorite scorers?
Our favorite.
Best. Who's the best scorer?
Oh, okay, because that's 2 different things. That's
best scorer.
Like,
yeah, favorite.
That's like best and valuable. You know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
you. Anyway. All right. So I did have one more question about the standing so far. So after the play-in, after the trade deadline has just passed about a week ago, do you see the play-in tournament being a little bit, trying to use a word here, being different than what you're currently seeing right now? So if you look at the current standings for the play-in tournament, we have in the Western Conference, Minnesota Timberwolves at 7, Dallas at 8, Kings at 9, Warriors at 10, Phoenix on the outside looking in, and San Antonio the next up on the outside looking in. Do you see post trade deadline? Do you see a shift in the play-in tournament happening?
You know what? Believe it or not, this is a team I think we need to be on the watch for as the season gets out to, down the stretch. I think the Spurs can be dangerous down the stretch with Wemby and Fox. I think that's a really good 1-2. And then obviously we saw Stephon Castle last night. I don't think he's a superstar, but I think he's going to be a quality guy. And Chris Paul, we can never count him out. Now, I'm not saying that we can count on him being healthy down the stretch, but De'Aaron Fox is going to learn from him, and I think that's a big thing. I think the Spurs could sneak into the play-in. I do.
They're currently 3.5 games out for context perspective,
and we know that's the beautiful thing about the West, right?
Yeah,
the West is always so tight. It's like whatever, anybody can get it. Anybody can have a shot. In the East, man, I want to say the Sixers so bad, but I have no faith in Embiid. I have no faith in Paul George.
Currently on a 5-game losing streak.
Man, I don't know what they're gonna do, bro. I don't. I don't know what the Bulls did. I don't know what the hell they did and what they're doing.
They traded Zach LaVine. That was number 1.
Right.
Zach LaVine is now Sacramento King.
Yeah. No, I'm tracking. That's why I'm saying I don't know what they're doing because
gotcha.
As I recollect, I don't think they got too much back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just, they're just hanging around in purgatory unless everything is some type of, all these guys are hoping, okay, I'll get into the lottery and get lucky and get Cooper Flag. I don't know. That might be
Cooper said he's going to stay.
Wait, he said what?
I saw that. I think Cooper's going to. He said he wants to come back.
Well, he's probably.
If not, then that was a false report that I read. But it said that he's
very nice NIL though. We need to look into that, and maybe we could talk about that next But if that's the case, the NIL is coming through real well for him.
And he's like, let me get a little bit more of this money.
Yeah,
the team that is tanking right now, I don't like them.
I don't want to be there.
I don't want to be there. He said, Washington? Absolutely not. I am not going to Washington.
Yeah.
Pelicans? Nope, not with Zion. Nope, go ahead past that. Charlotte Hornets? Please believe me, LaMelo is good over there by himself. Let me
Yeah.
I got to love Cooper Flag. If he stays, he gets paid more money. Kudos to him, first of all. Very, very great player. I think he's averaging, 23 points a game?
He's getting busy, man.
He's getting busy.
Getting busy, yeah.
Come back another year and literally wait it out. Roll the dice and be like, all right, man, who else could be worse?
Right.
Or set another team up to like, hey, trade for me. Just come up there. Like, maybe Brooklyn or Portland or somebody, like, trade up to come get me because I don't want to be in Washington and I don't want to be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
But anyway. But back to your point. I think Philly slides in at 10. Pause. They're only a game and a half behind the Bulls. Bulls, like I said, I think they're just operating for the future. They're just, getting rid of everything. What they got for Zach LaVine,
what they want to do.
That was a poo-poo trade for them. Like very, very poo-poo. But I think Philadelphia, Embiid and Paul George could find a way to, come up on a 2-game spread over the Bulls to get into the play-in. Like I said, this is just a play-in. What they do after that, heaven sees. But I don't know what they do after that. I do agree with you, and I said this post the trade deadline that I do think the San Antonio Spurs can be a very, very sneaky team. However, it's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough. Golden State Warriors got better with Jimmy Butler. Sacramento Kings, that could be the only team to possibly fall. But the Dallas Mavericks, they're still finding a way to win without Anthony Davis, Gafford, and Lively. So they're still up there. Minnesota Timberwolves, I don't see them falling far from that 7th seed. So to get up there, they're going to need one of these teams to start losing. The only team that could be is the Sacramento Kings. Mind you, they're already behind the Phoenix Suns. So that's going to be a little tough sledding for me. AD missed like 50 games that year. Okay, he's talking about something else. I don't know what he's talking about. But like I said,
they're talking in the chat.
Yeah. So Dallas, like I said, Dallas, Minnesota, Golden State, I don't see them falling out. Sacramento could be the only one. The question is, who gets in? Is it going to be Phoenix or San Antonio? Right now, Phoenix has a 2-game lead on them, so they're going to have that, better possibility. So, but yeah, man, that's what I got, man. Like overall, I mean, I know we're just getting back into looking at the NBA and things like that. Who's been your most exciting team to watch?
Man, you know what? This is real, right? Believe it or not, I love the way OKC is playing ball, man. They don't shoot a ton of threes. They actually run real offense. SGA is a damn beast, man. He is quick off the dribble. He's athletic. He defends. He doesn't shoot a million threes per game. Like, he's real deal. And I'm not saying like this is the first year he's been real deal, but he's for real, right? I think he's leading the league in scoring too. Like SGA,
32.5 a game.
Yeah, he's that guy, man. So Oklahoma City, real good. I like the way they play. Shout out Bruce. Bruce was like, yo, you got to watch OKC. They play in a way that you will like. And oddly, I think they almost play kind of like the Spurs used to play. Like some really good ball and body movement, really unselfish with the basketball and all that. They play really good basketball. So OKC, man.
Okay. I like that. That. Me, I mean, other than the Lakers, of course. I mean, I do like Cleveland.
Okay.
Dudes are just hooping, bro. It's like
they're balling.
They're just balling. I mean, it's good to see Cleveland on an uprise post LeBron. We've never seen Cleveland be relevant at all, with the exception of LeBron James being there, and they're taking full advantage of it. 5.5 game lead, best record in the NBA. Well, tied for the best record in the NBA with the OKC Thunder. Best fun. We're both picking the number 1 seeds of respective conferences. But when you watch the games, right? When you watch them play, it just looks good. It looks crisp. There's a lot of ball movement. You have your moments where Donovan Mitchell's going to go and like, okay, I need to take over for about 5 minutes. Got it. Darius Garland, cool. After that, he's like, all right, my 5 minutes is up. Cool. Let's start moving things around from top to bottom. They're full. They're full. Jared Allen's doing one hell of a job in the center. They have great pieces. They got length. They got defense. They added another piece in not Mobley. What's his name? He came from
I know.
Chicago. Not Chicago, Atlanta. He came from Atlanta. Hunter. Hunter.
Okay, yeah.
Hunter. Yeah. They added Hunter, so you add more defense to your repertoire, more length, another wing. So it just gets better for them, man. I do like watching them play. Worst team I hate watching play, the freaking Celtics.
I'm mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
This has nothing to do with Boston. This has nothing to do with the Celtics.
It's the way they play.
They shoot so many flipping threes, bro.
I'm with you. I am 1,000% in agreement.
It's like that. To me, that's the reason why I'm like, I don't see a disappointment is the way they're playing.
Yeah.
Them as a team. Like, I mean, right now you're number 2 you're number 3 in the entirety of the league. So I mean, that's not bad. I'm not going to poo-poo that. You're in the playoff. You're in the playoffs. You're going to make the playoffs. You're more than likely going to be the 2nd seed, right? But it's just so many threes, bro. Like, why? Why? The game, you guys don't have one 3-point shooter that I'm afraid of. They don't have one. Pritchard, maybe?
That's what I was about to say.
Maybe Pritchard?
Pritchard off the bench. He's not
down. Okay, let him be the guy. He comes in, he jacks up 7, 8 threes. I mean, well, not even that many. 4 to 5. Jason Tatum, why are you shooting 10 threes?
I don't know, man. I don't
10?
Transformer, you're depressing me, man. But no, I'm with you.
I want to see ball.
You've heard me say this all season long. You've heard me say this. You are not telling a lie.
It just looks ugly. It puts the league in such a way to where it's like, okay, you guys are the champions. Your response to winning this championship, Salam Sneap, your response to winning this championship is jacking up 49 of 53s a game. That's your response. That's the direction you want the league to go. No, man.
Yes, you should be doing better. You should be tweaking it. You should be scaling back the threes and running more offense, not just.
Do they not have 2 of the better inside scorers in the NBA?
2 of the better two-way players. Yep.
2 of the better mid-range shooters in the NBA?
Yes, they have everything they need, realistically. They can shoot the 3. They can go to the post. They can go to the mid-range. They got everything. But to me, that just says lazy coaching, lazy front office. Honestly, that's what that says. Okay. What? Oh, it's easier just, okay, cool. You know?
Yeah. And like I said, and that's just no slight at, because the only reason why I'm saying that, because they lead the league in 3-point attempts.
Bro, you don't.
And it's like when you're watching the game.
Anything.
I'm explaining to the crowd because they probably gonna see this and be like, "Man, of course, Boston is the worst team." I'm like, no.
Hold on. Let me tell.
Watching them play and not liking them is 2 different things.
So let me say this to everybody watching. Transformer and I and Laker Nation included in this. We all go back and forth. Obviously, I'm a Celtics fan. These guys are Laker fans. We get it. We have a rivalry, but at the same time, we respect and love basketball. And what the Celtics are doing is not good basketball. And so when Transformer says that he hates watching these guys play, of course the green plays a role, and I respect that, just like I hate watching the purple and gold. But it's not just that. It's that he hates the way they are playing the game.
They're playing
and being lazy, the way they're coaching the game in being lazy, and it's not good basketball.
Yeah.
So yeah, Henny Hardaway. I'm a diehard Celtics fan since '86. Larry Bird was waving the towel in the Garden. Yes, I'm a diehard Celtics fan. But
when have the Cavs been relevant?
I can be objective.
When have the Cavs been relevant?
They were relevant last year. They were 3rd seed in the East last year, if I'm not mistaken.
But that's recent.
No, I'm just making an example. No, I'm just
that's now. But other than that,
we can't.
Cavaliers haven't been relevant, Sneak.
No,
since when?
We can't say that. That's not the case.
Yeah,
and realistically, recently in the times that the Cavs were down, we know why that was, because a certain guy dismantled the franchise, messed up the future, made him trade away assets.
80s and 90s. Sneed. It's 2025, Sneed.
but people are acting like they've never been. That's true. Because remember, if not for Jordan being so great and jumping them, they were the next team up in the East after the Pistons. But we're not going to go through the history lesson.
We're not going. I'm talking like in the last relevant time, like relevant as in relevant now. Relevant is not 80s and 90s. That's over 30, 40, 45 years ago. That's nowhere near relevant to today's game. Like they've been through like 3-4 rule changes since then.
Come on, are you saying that rules changes have an effect on players and their performance?
Rule changes have an effect on everything.
Okay,
they have an effect on how we should even view who's great and who's not, who's greater, who's not. That's why I say I don't do GOAT debates. It should be broken into errors. I'm not an overall. I don't think there's no overalls anymore. Because just like they're gonna say, you guys have your Jordans, we have the Kobe's and LeBrons. This next era, they're gonna see not with no damn 2 points. No, the hell he ain't.
Look, you know, people say
what's Melo's son's name? I need to go and talk to him now. Like, hey, bro.
Cayenne Anthony.
Hey, bro, stop. 2 points? Melo can give you more than 2 points now.
Now.
Right. Like right now. It's like your daddy should be the name that you mentioned, not no Paul George. But anyway, but yeah, like, you know, this era is gonna have the SGAs, the Anthony Edwards, you know, that guy. So those guys aren't going to be comparable, nowhere near to the Jordan era, even the Kobe era. You know, with so many rule changes, man. It's just There we go. All
right, we've been on this one for a long time. Let's go ahead and let's take it to the next topic, shall we?
Yep.
All right. So as we're getting now, obviously the All-Star game is tonight, the game itself.